for achieve the objectives we President Bill don't set out. This press statements for the good public now, and you all go get copy of them. But we want for start by make a give the information on this press statement. Next, make a give the other summary of the news we my team is supposed to put up now on the screen. As soon as we know, His Excellency don't come back home last week. I think he reached here last week, Thursday or Friday morning. No, he arrived Saloon Thursday afternoon. He returned with two big achievements. One as chairman of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of ECOWAS. And two, he been just come up Brussels, where he go lead global conversation at the Global Health Summit in Brussels. He go talk for let them continue for support immunization of poor picking them all around the world. That be one of the keynote speakers them at the program where WHO, Gates Foundation and others they attend. So we want to congratulate His Excellency on the achievements here, and people let me gather, then get a red carpet welcome, then we get events again on Saturday na State House for honor this great achievement we Salon gets. Hopefully the Minister of Foreign Affairs go there any minutes from now, and he will be able to provide further context on this issue. Second news update, Salon Chamber of Agribusiness Development take bold step for reshape the country agriculture future, where they been call one high-level stakeholder validation workshop in partnership with the Food and Agriculture Organization and the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Statistics Sierra Leone don't start high-level engagements with key political stakeholders, all political parties, for let them continue for provide information to them on the upcoming 2026 decennial population and housing census. As I know, the president don't declare a call for census. Statistics don't they do a fantastic job engaging, consulting, training, transparent recruitment process where they don't go through, and they can do the preliminary work all across the country, and then call this meeting with the leaders of the different political parties them for help for clarify some of the concerns away, some of the political parties them don't raise, or some of the miscommunication will be there out there. A part of effort we win at the ministry, they continue for lead alongside the statistics and the Ministry of Development. As soon as I know, over the weekend, Salon, His Excellency be officially open one state-of-the-art multi-purpose entertainment complex. I been watch the video for see where they are. We been go. I know say man and they then sit up pants up some to the look for and then foot slipper. Would they look for small team man and car? Would that the blogger they don't invite to now? Problem. I don't invite bloggers. Bloggers were not there. We go for protest. We go for million do one whole session just for journalists and bloggers. They wanna go Google, you know, they wanna understand what it mean. We club na chapter 1, Honorable leader, you been there, sir. Well, anyway, His Excellency been described the state of arts facility as a shining example of local entrepreneurship and a cornerstone for the country in expanding tourism and hospitality sector. As soon as I know, people then they travel for go na find side where you go for go entertainment. This is a part of the tourism cornerstone, and we proud say na a Sierra Leonean brother, we young brother Fasali, we na in make that investment. The President Bill don't always say any young person, na yeah, we get good idea, we get good opportunity for this country. You get the full and unconditional support of His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, and that's make you see say not only him, but senior government officials, including the Honorable Chief Minister, they all been there for see this milestone achievement. And for the opportunity for congratulate Fasale and in team for that facility. They myself not be able to, they myself may not reach this. They now corner, they observe. One, when they invite the media, so say myself don't go invite me, I go watch. Watch this small. Anyway, the next news now that the Salone Local Content Agency, you know, then they sign different agreements with some of the major players them. And this time they sign a local content implementation agreement with FG Gold Limited. You know, FG Gold are one of the major people that talk about mining companies in the world. We, under the leadership of President Julius Maada, they don't cancel loan and they make some huge investment with the Minister Binkai. We explained that. In fact, we brought that there from Kono. They can able give you additional context. But this is a huge opportunity for the country. But we don't want to let themselves come, then just they bring come foreign and they no more come. So local contents, my brother, we did Mr. Dabo, they work with them for ensure say that they go hire local Sierra Leoneans. So una, if journalism not work, you want to go to the mining sector, you get opportunity there. Finally for today, the Salone Civil Aviation Authority, SLCAA, they mean collaborates with key national security and airport management agencies them for do what they call a tabletop exercise, wherein they stimulate, then they do, like then they run through if an armed attack, somebody carry with arms and ammunition and attack the airports, the terminal building, how will they respond? What they go do? What are the security steps and the protocol the way they in place? This now for tell you again, say the leadership of the Salone Civil Aviation Authority, top class, state of the art. Now make they continue to attract new airlines there where they continue for cancer loan because of the steps them where will they take inside the country. So that's now the summary of the news updates where we get. I've been talked to the Minister of Foreign Affairs in the road. I really hope say by now in go reach here, but regrettably the Honorable Minister not reach here yet. But we'll start the conversation. Make a take the opportunity now. Welcome. I think for the first time at the press conference, the Right Honorable Reverend Pastor, when I don't know say a pastor, is one a senior man of God. Honorable Emerson Sa Lamena. This man, if I say they read in CV, will not come on today. This man don't be mayor of the great Kono City. This man don't be leader at multiple levels. He don't lead the whole party in a parliament. He don't can join the grand old party, the greatest party in a Salone. And he don't rise to the position of deputy leader too for the Sierra Leone People's Party in a parliament. And now he also represents Sierra Leone at the ECOWAS parliament. Honorable Emerson Salamina, it's a privilege and a pleasure for get you here. I know the people that they admire in a public service. I don't say I'm from old to young, who they in the student activism days. A senior man and a man we glad they are with today. I also want to welcome with sister. If you talk about civil society in a Salone, and then at the cornerstone, you don't do fantastic work over the years. Currently, Naina the national coordinator for civil society movements, CSM, and a member for West Africa Civil Society Forum, and in the one and only Auntie Juliet Anderson. Madam Anderson, We're glad that we join we here today for this conversation, and we're glad that we're there. So anyway, we'll start with you, Honorable Emerson. You there? Normally, not the minister will start with, but we in come, you will get your own chance. Honorable, I don't follow the conversation. You the ECOWAS, so maybe better. Last week, the honors say now we turn. His Excellency in colleague the elector, for be clear, in colleagues the elector. Give me small context as a member of ECOWAS Parliament. Within that position they mean, how powerful that position they be. And waiting at the process still they reach for let them make you ECOWAS chair. Let's start the first. Because this is not back civic education. But could people don't understand and say ECOWAS chair? Help us give a context of that position they so far and go understand and why that is so important at this time. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Minister Siba. I'm honored. At the same time, I'm very humble for doing a weekly press briefing. Being a member of Salon delegation to ECOWAS is a privilege where His Excellency the President, no less a person, GUI from you, don't put Salon on the map. And one of the brightest and the greatest reason now in election, us, the chairman of authority of heads of states and governments. Can you imagine? This is huge. What does this mean? It means say, na in the voice, na in the face, for command and company, work with them side by side through consensus in West Africa. It brings respect, even for strengthening Salon in democratic credential. Now it show that indeed this man, we can rely upon him for let him face at this particular moment. When you look inside the revised treaty of ECOWAS, inside Article 7, 1993, then bring out this authority for lay upon President Julius Maada Bio. Article 7 emphasized at the time, but one will begin to wonder, does he actually have the credential? Let me tell you something. President Maada Bio is one of the luckiest Sierra Leonean will lead his country in combat. At the same time, after 23 years or so, he came as a civilian. So in company, I'm going to watch. Can he be the right man at this particular moment? Oh yes, he is. Especially when at the time ECOWAS been get 15 countries then. 3 don't divorce or they're not rank. So who are you? You just feel like, my brother Siba here. If you go from a college now, the young or radicals, if you want to talk to them, they go listen or not go listen. Huh? And the Hagan journalists, they go listen or not go listen. They go definitely listen. Have gone through the crucibles of that particular enclave, of that particular institution. So also at this particular moment, that is the criteria, that is the rank, that is the face, that is the credential where President Maada Bio share. Nobody could have thought for the Sanko will come on a bush and carry me for the Sanko. That be like a mirage, like not possible self. I played a magic for the Sanko come on a bush many years back. It's about for play the magic. Can you imagine? President Maada Bio, because of this unique credential we share, when he go talk to President Touré, Burkina Faso, he talked to the Malian military leader, he talked to the Niger military leader. Tell me something about logically, they're going to understand or they're not going to understand. How far as journalists there, they're going to understand or not going to understand. Because they say 23 years back, or more than 23 years back, even in the United States. But he said, no, I'm for make every citizen in Sierra Leone and the press freedom, then talk, nobody knows ask them for kill them or for follow them. For put their exile. He give this power, so let civilian will come. He don't want himself for someone to tell him, was I go pull uniform? I come back for no. Say, la left them. So he stand in a qualified position for talk to them divorce country and like today. Then they will understand and eye to eye, face to face. Then company also remind them that indeed democracy is the way. That is it. This position, it puts Sierra Leone in a pivotal position, wherein it make by Article 10 of the revised treaty of the 1993 ECOWAS Treaty, it make with foreign affairs minister very important. What does this mean? That you don't be the chief or top incumbent for foreign affairs minister then at the sub-region. That position I put on. That is most of President Malabio in job. We're not going to do, you just bring it to the Minister of Foreign Affairs for coordinate. That also make President Malabio, it make a military very valued. Because ECOWAS, one of a role for bring peace, now for deepening democracy, now for bringing good governance, now for say no military rule. But before this time, Boku, well, in predecessor, we don't jump quick say, military intervention. Now you see, one of in primary purpose now for re-engage. It's not a time I can't take stick, I want people, pam. No. Let re-engage you. Because President Malabi, president, now a living testimony. If you talk to the man away all gone, he get combat, definitely you understand. Because he has been in that state. So no, I pull uniform. You understand? So you get task for re-engage, then continue where you go. They divorce ECOWAS for come back. I've been in ECOWAS, and I don't get a privilege where in all country reports every year, at least twice, countries in West Africa, then they can't read them country reports. Then can give members of parliament and privilege for critique, for advice. And you get a very rich criteria because President Malabio, he don't score many goals. And you get for continue for work with the commission, where the president of the commission will go for be a lieutenant or like a secretary. The ECOWAS Commission president, when Dr. Omar Ali Toure, a Gambia citizen by background, President Malabio go for work with himself at the parliament. I'm a member of ECOWAS parliament. And ready for policies, for the good citizen, we're going to call the shots and write agenda through consensus to the company. We also get in a parliament here for getting backup. So this is a big ladder for Salone at this particular moment. Because it go boost Salone economically. Imagine chairman of heads of state and government, whenever a call meeting, say we come back, before this time, in predecessor president Ahmed Bola Tinubu, they call meeting in Azoro, Kusa even day. You know what that means? Whenever heads of state and government, likelihood they'll come, you get for boost hotel them, you get for boost tourism, you get for make Salon make money. I begin imagine. So you get for even make Salon military very, very important. Because already, through ECOWAS money, we don't get the Lunge Depot about 95% completed. Can you imagine? 95% completed. Standby forces, we don't say nothing for bad. Because no, ECOWAS country, go to military rule. Because military rule, the role, external aggression, therefore they under the control of the civilian. We not wishing that. But for let Lunge Depot can host standby military force for combat, Boku Okrege forget.
Cite the various authorities. They don't provide an excellent summary of the importance of this and the strategic relevance for the country. Not so just the clouds where they give you. This morning I hear in a radio someone they talk say, bo na rotational, you know mean nothing. No. A fundamental misunderstanding. If na rotational, we don't mean nothing. The last way Salone become chair, maybe 1980-81, we Sheikh Stevens been there. There's only how many countries na ECOWAS? We mentioned just now. Say that and they won't not be for the rich by now. But since that time, Gambia alone, they have been chair twice. Togo has been chair. Benin, but not reach to Salone because Salone not been get within the honor we refer to as the wherewithal. On the chairmanship of ECOWAS, now a consensus election through initial diplomatic engagement, and then they look for certain factors. You can't forget a level of stability. The leader for be seen as somebody who can match the movements. He forget his stature for bringing company together. He forgets the backbone where they na in your country, the infrastructure. Now many they go give country in the middle of war, alakide de bush they give you the chairmanship of ECOWAS. But this now a sign of progress where you as Salomon if you be proud of. Today, we are the third most peaceful country in Africa, now West Africa, the fifth on the continent. Great. Look, Salomon, we get all kind of problems, but we find ways of coming together. We can get conversation, I'll be the talk just now. We go sit down with Honorable Abdukagbo, Honorable this, AKK, go talk, he kind of radio, he make buzz. But we meet, we engage. It's a peaceful country. Why? Because we get leadership. We don't set the tone. Then you talk about economy, our economy is stable. Inflation, we don't reduce them from 50-something%. So for the first time since COVID, we have single-digit inflation now in Sierra Leone. IMF, World Bank say economic growth, the economy they grow by over 4% this year and continue for grow into the next year. This is not a theory. Someone say, oh, you're just like, no. You can disprove these are independent sources. And when you see other heads of states, they're looking, like how the Honorable say, at a time when the world, they in such peril, ECOWAS gets challenge of its membership, wars across the Middle East, across the world, democracy under attack, freedom under attack, fake news on the march. They look at all that and say, Uda a unique ability for lead one of the most important blocks in Africa. But then look ping and say this. From Okomo Salon, over 40 years ago, go back Salon. Because they have a leader, like I say, that can speak to other military heads of states. In fact, some people don't know that. President Bio is a bilingual leader. He speaks French. Where they go, Guinea, Burkina Faso, Togo, this, that, you don't need the interpreter middle. They talk the language. Speaks English fluently. In a military man, they tell you, say, let me share my experience when I was a military man. You want to talk, say, in a military man, so in a captain. You go tell you, say, in a general. You want to talk, say, in a Democrat, you go say, well, I've been elected twice. So any side where you go, His Excellency gets what it take for specifically, he clap for the man late. What's kind of man this? Yes, sir. Mr. Minister, can't sit down, sir. You clap for the man late. The man don't go be chairman being, but for charge and force for way late. Yes, sir. You are most welcome, sir. Please, Lord, make way. You know, saying food's not better, so now make way late first. Man, I'm a dingo, man, I'm full of man. Although you have full of man back, so I always a charge and small no more. But you are welcome, sir. So, like I say, this is a unique moment, and I'm glad we don't be joined by the Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. We're now the leader of all the foreign ministers at the subcontinent and ECOWAS. I want to take this opportunity first, you know, been there, but I'll send you the link, I'll show you on the follow, for congratulate you on behalf of the people of Salone, because for let His Excellency be elected, you as the foreign minister be lead all the diplomatic engagements. I mean, the access money, I tell them, say it's actually an election. But it's based on the work with the foreign minister do for lay the groundwork with all in colleagues them for now gets to that point there. So again, in the history of this country, for now gets a young foreign minister, we go lead, we're not doing in tenure. We country don't see such remarkable strides and progress. Chairman, United Nations Security Council, Chairman, African Union, Security Council, APRM chair, like Committee of 10, like more and more laurels with the astute leadership of we brother. Now because they get full of blood, so and it makes excellent. I the Fuller man side by my man a Fuller. People don't know this. But so, Honorable Minister, we see what you focus on, even as you dey help with. So just so you know, Honorable Emerson Salamina, I don't provide some context. I want you about 10 minutes. Let you speak to two major things will be announced. A, the importance of President Bio in chairmanship. What's in the agenda where President Bio will lead on during his tenure as chair, and just comment on the implications. What's in this mean for Salone, very specifically. So over to you, sir, and welcome.
Thank you very much. My apologies. And the Minister of Information know the work of the Minister of Foreign Affairs is very ambulatory. One moment you're here, the other moment you're there. And I want to thank in ingenuity for add to the chair so that it will come up and reach your height. And this is one of the longest, stool chairs I don't see in the country. But I can understand. The Honorable Minister you talk about him being full and me being Madingo. That's very true. But after all, they call me cow. They call me uncle. But anyways, it's a great pleasure being here today, and not least because Sierra Leone, they make headwaves out there in the international space. And the world is a global village, and globalization means countries of the world are interdependent on each other. And we cannot be part of a community and not aspire for lead the community. This morning, I've been on radio and a TV. Someone asked, he said, why Sierra Leone forget the chairmanship of an organization that is alien? And I say, every multilateral institution of the world today, they undergo challenges. Then they undergo then challenges. What in this press conference they do? Man, the way they want to see me in the office, now they can't for me. So the challenges we then at the world today, multilateral institutions are actually strangulated. Then they go through a lot of challenges. And the UN is one such organization where they go through a lot of challenges. You get the African Union, you get the EU, you get many of these, I would dare say, all multilateral institutions, they go under a lot of challenges right now because the world itself is multipolar. The geopolitical governance system is undergoing lot of changes. And in these past 2 years of me being Minister of Foreign Affairs, we don't see these multilateral institutions, otherwise known as liberal internationalism. Many of the architects of the global system, then they walk away from them global institutions here because they believe, say, these institutions are obstacles to their growth and the maximization of their power. This is where ECOWAS is as well. ECOWAS today is confronted by many challenges. Some of these challenges are new. Extreme and violent terrorism is very new to the sub-region. In the past, we had, of course, civil conflict. Civil conflict will not be a product of, the vibrations in the Cold War. For example, in Sierra Leone, the proliferation of weapons from the former Soviet Union may compound the conflict. But now ECOWAS, they go through a lot of challenges. We don't see 3 of the member states, previous member states of the 15 countries of ECOWAS don't secede and form an alliance we then call the Sahelian Alliance. And so ECOWAS has shrunk in its membership and in its geography and its population. So ECOWAS is also confronted by, conflict-induced famine. We see hunger, they spread along the ECOWAS region. We also see climate change. They get a devastating effect on most of the coastal countries in ECOWAS. We don't see the extra constitutional takeover of power in Guinea-Conakry, in the 3 countries we don't form the Sahelian state. These are challenges. It don't mean say ECOWAS not get successes then. ECOWAS in success, for example, one simple one is we all get Sierra Leone passport. And the passport we have is an ECOWAS passport, which means Sierra Leone don't get this opportunity this time round. since after 1981-82, where Shaka Stevens been served as chair of the Authority of Heads of State and Government. This is the second opportunity we've gotten. And we had grueling several hours of the heads of state then for decide on who becomes the leader of ECOWAS at this very critical time. The time is very difficult because old powers, middling powers, and emerging powers, they all beat them, ways them to the West African continent because our sub-region is very strategic to global peace and security. And for make the leaders then come unanimously and say President Bio should be the leader at this particular time, it is speak volume. It's a testament to the president is in enduring pursuit for peace and security in the subcontinent, in the continent, and globally. The role Sierra Leone they play in the Security Council, it don't build on the context and the texture where it makes Sierra Leone fit for lead the organization, for ensure say we pass through these difficulties. And President Bio in the inaugural speech, he came up with 4 priorities. One of those priorities is restoration of democracy, restoration of constitutional order, and deepening of democracy. President Bio talks say, for make we go survive as a sub-region, forget proper trade and investment and people's integration, we need forget security, and we forget regional security cooperation, or for intensify regional security cooperation. This is important because in some 5-6 years ago, in the Sahel countries, we had terrorist groups that were terrorizing the population in this part of the sub-region. But now these groups have now morphed into terrorist armies, and they're terrorizing the Sahel state, and this insecurity is coming coastwards. Where they say we get infractions in Togo, in Benin, in northern Ghana, in Cote d'Ivoire. Just we're not going to know tomorrow it may come to Guinea-Conakry, to Sierra Leone or Liberia. And that's why the president is calling for a rejuvenated, intensified regional security cooperation. The president also believes the founding mandate of ECOWAS is regional integration, promotion of trade and investment. So His Excellency also gets on in priority for make heads of states then through the summit, for make marching order to the ministers of finance, ministers of economic development, ministers of foreign affairs, for ensure trade barriers, unnecessary non-tax trade barriers are eliminated, for ensure goods and services can traverse from one border to the other without let and hindrance. And also the president, they prioritize restoring credibility to the institutions of ECOWAS. Trust and credibility are very paramount to the success of any community or organization. When people lose trust in an entity or an institution, democracy no go thrive. So the president wants to bring trust and credibility to ECOWAS as an organization. So these are some of the things and responsibilities what the president get on his shoulder. It's a big task, it's a big responsibility, but we are ready to support the president and the people of this country for make sure president gets a successful tenure and an impactful one for the community of West African state.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. We don't get a few questions that we don't come online, but I want to ask Auntie Juliet quick from Civil Society. Then I'll come back to you and Honorable for ask the question that we don't come online. And then I will open up for the Galeria get a young bite. Madam Anderson, the mic don't count. You need for turn on perfect, it's on now. So you they represent civil society. You don't they see plenty thing over the years in the civil society movement. Talk to me from the perspective of civil society. Why important for less alone they right now, like how the minister say, for occupy the chairmanship, His Excellency the President of ECOWAS, and waiting una they look forward to from the perspective of civil society, waiting una go like for see now that Sierra Leone occupy this dignified, prestigious position as chair of ECOWAS. Waiting this mean to una particularly.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. Thank you, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Thank you, my Member of Parliament, and once my colleague in the civil society struggle. Thank you. Thank you very much. The Fourth Estate, I greet you all. I bring greetings to you from the civil society of Sierra Leone. First of all, I want to say congratulations to His Excellency, Brigadier Retired Julius Maada Bio, as President-elect of the Authority of Heads of States and Governments of ECOWAS. You know, I know there as an individual, I come with the collective voice of civil society. One voice, one passion, one purpose. Today, now a very big day for us in the civil society. We're so happy. For now, we get a voice in civil society for talk. But what about those West African countries then? Who say some civil society organizations, they don't get a voice there for talk like how they talk so. Now me sit down so they talk. Some kids say, no go there. Then we go, no, this is my country. Now me country this is our country. This is a country for we all as civil society. At any time when they call you, if you crap, if you're ready, that is civil society. We work in the interest of the people, we complement the efforts of government. And then we get a very big platform now, West Africa, where they call WACSOF, West Africa Civil Society Forum, where in based in Abuja. But then again, like our colleagues then talk, problems then they, instead of getting your own problems, in terms of resources, in terms of leadership, but with we opportunity where day before we saw now, we don't get the head of ECOWAS. And then with we they run with them. So one leverage on that opportunity for letting assist we, let wax off, get the strength where it gets over the years. And wax off now an institution where get 18 thematic areas. Over the years, we don't meet now different West African countries. Although unfortunately, some countries and they will not agree allow wax off for meet again. It's very unfortunate, and we get for bring to the attention of His Excellency, our leader, chairman of ECOWAS. We go bring to them. So, President gets a huge task. More voices, inclusivity. The one they order for you, the one they order for you, bring them all on board. Let we support the president so that it will achieve this Herculean task, so that it will be easier for him na ECOWAS. The civil society don't they play important role over the years. When you look at the restoration of democracy, we don't set landmark. President Bio starter, he go pull for the Sanko, na bush. Then show we an Yamasukro. And then, the signing of the Lome Peace Accord, the civil society, we go sign the Lome Peace Accord with other negotiations. Civil society don't play major role. So people like you say, what in civil society they do, what in civil society don't do. We don't play landmark events, major roles. Turning so many things them around. The restoration of democracy. We don't play under this country. And then, Parliament self no, they left BNO. In those days, and now that we don't start now, we don't they work with Parliament for see that democracy prevail. Nine are the fine thing, nine are the best thing now West Africa. And if we forget stability now West Africa, the issue of democracy will not get for play with them. So now we get some problems them, the issues them. The younger issue, now one opportunity where I think say we can leverage on them, talk to presidents and talk to colleagues them. Let them come quick. Let them mobilize quickly for solve the younger issue through dialogue. Because no one gone again. In those days where ECOMOG they come for can restore order. We don't move far away from that now. Now is dialogue all the way. The issue of good governance and democracy in the sub-region gets your own challenge. in terms of ethnicity, inequality, women's rights, human rights, climate justice, all get your own problems. The coups them, where they don't happen, now the Sahel, it gets your own problem. We don't want to let it happen so. Internally, President Bio take the bold step with a colleagues them, political party, APC, then bring the agreement of national unity. We don't reach to tripartite. I think that one big achievement where other countries don't they look out for resolve issues them post-democracy or alala the work in the inside elections. President, it's boldly. He put in chest before. He said, I go restore everything. I go restore democracy. I go restore order. So the tripartites, now they go with so. That one day, now one big example, when you apply back to other West African countries, them, tell them, what you don't do, how we do them. And then, when I go see we a small country, or other countries then go see we a small country. But we're not small. We na member na UN Security Council. We na member na AU Peace and Security. Chair AU C10. Now chair ECOWAS. Una low clap for that. Una low clap. Chair of ECOWAS. The chairperson of ECOWAS. Adolphe me hearts to President Bio. Thank you very much, President Bio. So, let we build on these gains where Salon don't get, where presidents don't get, and try for complement the efforts of the government. So we mobilize, we structures them. Let we all come together and work for the interests of Sierra Leone and the interests of ECOWAS. This victory not so just for President Bio, now for we all. Let we not left behind. Now a great opportunity for all Sierra Leoneans. So once again, on behalf of the civil society and works of Sierra Leone, I say congratulations, His Excellency the President.
Thank you very much to the civil society leader. We now Mama at the civil society space, Madam Juliet Anderson, for the solid points that they raised. He raised some important points them, and we tell you thank you for you. Congratulate His Excellency, Mr. Minister and Honorable. I come back to now with the question that we don't come online quickly. Mr. Minister, in all the conversations, some of the one way you said don't do, people they ask whether they foot the bills there of ECOWAS for the next 1 year. Somebody say, well, now that we're in a chair, now Ministry of Finance, now all the money they come out, and then look concerned about that. And they ask all, then wanna go rub mouths for them together. The other one, waiting at the tangible benefits the way the country go receive during the chairmanship. Honorable, we don't touch on that just now, but Mr. Minister can also touch on them. The other question are that waiting at the impact related to the previous one, with this appointment here go yield in the lives of ordinary Salon people then. Somebody say, in believe say, na good thing, yes, but this representation, it highly affects with bread and butter, ordinary Salon people then. And then the other one, waiting Madam Anderson mentioned just now, you see, as chair of ECOWAS, how this go affect, no, how President Bio will use the position for settle the younger issue. I know say people may want to ask this already, but this already come up from online. So we'll start with you, Honorable Minister. Then the Honorable say go comments from in position as ECOWAS MP, and then I go open up for let them answer the questions. Yeah, for let them ask you a question as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Whether the Minister of Finance gave for foot the bill for the period of the chairmanship. Yes, the Minister of Finance gave for foot some bill because we are we're a member state. But then automatically when you become chair, the commission, they provide resources for enable the operations of the chairman of the authority. So ECOWAS Commission, they provide resources for the chairman for the running of in.
And this, just to be clear, ECOWAS Commission, by that you mean resources that already the commission gets, not they come up from the Salon Treasury?
No, the commission, in fact, with 0.5 of Sierra Leone levy, will be also committed to the presidency of President Bio. So resources are going to be made available by ECOWAS. But notwithstanding those resources by ECOWAS, just like resources will always be provided when they participate in ECOWAS, those resources will be provided by the Ministry of Finance. For example, if I conduct meetings, ECOWAS will give in contribution and WISA will give a contribution, but this will not break down the economy of Sierra Leone tomorrow. And listen, when Sierra Leone had a conflict, there were countries in the ECOWAS who contributed not only in monetary terms, but also their soldiers and citizens laid their lives for our peace and security. So there is no amount of money where they measure the contribution of ECOWAS to its member states, not least the conflict of Sierra Leone and Liberia, the lives of Nigerians, Ghanaians, Malians, Guineans that perished for the restoration of democracy. Yes, we have an economy that is struggling like all the economies in the world, but that don't mean say we are not part of an organization that continues to prove importance to existence in West Africa. And on the other question, as chair of ECOWAS, how we will bring the younger situation to a desirable end. The president in tenure for serve as chair for this term is 12 months. Younger has been a festering issue for over the years. Now charity begins at home. The president is the chair. The president's leadership will also be guided by the protocols of ECOWAS, that is the articles of ECOWAS and its attendant protocols. So there's nothing we can do outside of that, save the president for provide strategic leadership and guidance in the implementation of the protocols of ECOWAS. And we don't have coercive power. It's not a role that is at the exclusive gift of the president for use the articles of the organization. So everything we'll go for do within the context of ECOWAS. But yes, we'll prioritize it. In fact, before the president assumed the chairmanship of the authority of heads of state and government, we don't bring the younger issue to ECOWAS. And the Peace Security Council of ECOWAS do a mediation through the mediation and security, then put Yenga on the agenda. We see the final communique that ensued the summit get Yenga as a very important discussion. And yes, we'll give priority to Yenga.
Clear on the tangible benefits that the country will get because of this challenge.
Okay, so let me even don't go to the tangible benefits because they're there. The fact that you are part of a community that has given so much to our country, like I elucidated during the civil conflict, it was particularly for Sierra Leone that the Banjul amendments to the articles of the Constitutive Act of ECOWAS was reviewed to include security, peace, and politics. And so they formed ECOMOG, where ECOMOG go Liberia, where President Bio and others participated as ECOMOG officers in Liberia, and also ECOMOG for Kana Salom. But that besides, for example, what is going on in Togo? The last 2 days, I have been dealing with the situation in Togo, providing guidance for the Togolese government through the instruction of the president, because then they'll get a constitutional debacle where don't make for the past couple of days, people have come out to protest. That leadership is to ensure regional peace, stability, and security. Any affected West African country, it affects the peace, security, and economic integration of the entire sub-region. So that is a benefit on its own. And besides, meeting Union, Dr. Ba, for be a permanent representative to China. It took President Bio the instruction for Gimme for call the chair of the African Union Commission to say, this is our citizen, you should appoint this citizen to this role. Immediately it was done. And many other employments there also don't create for major Sierra Leoneans in multilateral institutions. It is always influenced by our posture in the international space.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. Honorable, you want to add to the question and the few, will take maybe about 3 minutes and then we'll come open up for questions. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Minister, the Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation. You don't do justice to all the questions they come. You really hit them very heavily, and I believe say the people also don't get them very, very clear. Just a few, I would say. First question will come, who will foot the bill? I want to allay the fears of Sierra Leoneans. In this case, the only bill where Sierra Leone will foot at the moment, maybe just for protocol issues, like you look at protocol officer and for serve you. But I will also tell you authoritatively that ECOWAS will foot the bill for President Madabio running ECOWAS now as chairman. How? I'm following also all the third world goods where they carry, any ship where they carry, how they food they bill, I tell you so now. So you don't go begin that. Any ship where they carry, went to ECOWAS country come out. Asia, Europe, North America, Australia, now other continents I don't call so. Any ship